I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I first played it back in 2009 when I was introduced to it by some kid I was playing MapleStory with. My friend showed me where to find the main quests, then we beat up tons of wolves, goblins, and spiders. I ate every piece of food I found, thinking it would heal me, but it actually makes you gain weight. The only way to lose weight was apparently keep your character on a strict berry diet. So once the main story requested it, we went to a town called Dumbarton. That's where all the cool players hang out. They don't do this anymore, but there used to be little monuments outside the town that represented each guild. It was the game's way for you to apply to them, but it looked like the local church started placing graves wherever there was room. Luckily, my friend knew where the Valor Guildstone was, because without him, it would have been like finding an earring and an alarming amount of snowmen. My friend guy punched a tree for me, and I ate the fallen berries, regulating my weight. Then the guild accepted me, and I was given a warm welcome. There was a point where my friend quit the game. He said when he'd play as a giant, everyone would ask, "How's the weather up there?" And that hurt his feelings. So he wanted to play a game where he could be tall and strong and not get weather jokes, like in WoW. So I said goodbye and paid closer attention to the guild. One thing that's great about guilds is that they can help you level up and get better gear, but no amount of experienced players made me better at the game. I changed my character into an elf because elves were faster, then continued to make my character as cute as possible. Which is apparently bad because the smaller your character is, the weaker it is. You have to be 17 years old to have the average stats, and I made myself 1, and they didn't let you restart the character. There's a system where you can rebirth to any age you want, but at the time you had to be 18 to get a free rebirth. And you only age once a week, so I was stuck as a child for months. Being a child made it hard to level up. I died so many times that I actually ended up with negative levels. Most of the time, I had no idea what I was doing. The game kind of tricks you into thinking you can be whatever class or talent you want, so I focused on sewing. This was a bad decision. I wanted to do all the life talents, thinking I could play it like Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing, but it's not a simulation. In order to do any life classes, you have to gather material in the dungeons. How do you get through the dungeons? By fighting, which I couldn't do. Eventually I tried some close combat and archery, but apparently those aren't good for elves. You can be any talent with any race, but they all have their perks. Giants are best at anything physical, so Lancer and close combat are best options. Elves are okay at archery, but are best with magic, and humans are okay with anything. Either way, it doesn't matter, because the game is incredibly hard unless you choose close combat. The game has certain requirements to level up each skill. In the beginning, you may have to kill just 10 averagely skilled enemies. However, as the skill levels up, the number increases, and eventually you'll have to kill 2,000 averagely skilled enemies, 600 strong enemies, 100 awful enemies, and you'll have to use the skill successfully 8,000 times. Some talents, like the magic talent, require you to read a book in order to get the skill. You have to collect the book pages in dungeons, or you need a lot of money to buy the pages yourself. Even then, they can be extremely rare. Also, the dungeons are mazes. I don't know a lot about game design, but I know even back then, this concept was terrible. It's not so bad in the beginner dungeons, but the format doesn't change. It can feel like you've been going through one path for 5 minutes before finding out that it was a dead end. What a nice waste of time. There are so many things wrong with Mabinogi, so why does anyone play it? Clothes! That's why! Clothes! Sometimes the game is referred to as Fashionogi, because people spend more money on clothes than actually playing the game. And who wouldn't? Imagine being able to play as your OC! The cash shop is where most of the nice clothes are, along with cute pets and homestead items. With it being a free game, I always try not to buy anything, but sometimes they make things so cute that you just can't help it. The homestead is a personal piece of your own land where you can grow herbs, keep pets there, and just hang out. You can also have a house there, and despite the terrible camera, it's pretty nice. Despite all the frustrations, Mabinogi is one of the easiest games to make friends in. It feels like a social game with RPG aspects. Even though the dungeons aren't good, there are a lot of other things to do in current Mabinogi. You can go on a raft ride, do part-time jobs, or follow shadow quests, which are vastly superior to dungeons. My favorite thing to do was commerce. If you talk to this monster guy, you get a backpack. Basically, you can travel as far as you want with it and sell items for the monster's currency. There are prizes to earn, and some of them are pretty cool. It's a good way to get XP too. If you play enough, you can get a wagon, then a carriage, and then an elephant. The elephant carries the most goods, but the carriage is faster and funnier. Nexon is known for being money hungry. At some point, we all find ourselves standing around Dumbarton, buying clothes and pets while procrastinating to level up your skills. But if you get to that point, you may want to question whether you're actually having fun anymore or not. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If there are any MMOs that you'd like me to try, you're more than welcome to suggest them in the comments. Also, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be great. Alright, bye.